So I recently watched Happygilmore 2 and this was a hilarious movie. But one special thing from this movie was that it had almost 74 cameos. First of all, we had 3 huge musical artists, Eminem, Post Malone, and Kid Cudi. We also had the daughter of the Netflix CEO, Sarah Sarandos. We also had some classic Adam Sandler cast members including Rob Schneider, John Lovitz, Nick Swasden, and Steve Buscemi. We had some influences with their real-life podcasts in the movie as well. Cameron, Treasure Wilson, Alex O, Bobby Lee, Andrew Santino, and Sean Evans. And as I mentioned before, we get Adam Sandler's family, including Jackie Sandler, Sadie Sandler, and Sonny Sandler. Another big name involved Ben Stiller, and he was there with both his kids, including Ella Stiller and Quinn Stiller. Then we also had a bunch of athletes in this movie as well. First of all, with the golfers, we had Paige Spiranek, who played one of the workers at Dick's Sporting Goods. We also had 4 other big names from golf: Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Bryson DeChambeau, and Brooks Koepka. Charlie Hull from women's golf. We had John Daly, one of the legends of golf, and Boban Marjanovic from the NBA. We have a bunch of more golfers, including Bubba Watson, Justin Thomas, Colin Morikawa, and Will Zalatoris. And we also have Travis Kelce from the NFL. We had a bunch of sports journalists, including Dan Patrick, Chris Berman, and Stephen A. Smith. We had the people who worked in the Institute, Nelly Korda, who's one of the top women's golfers currently, Tim Herlihy, who helped co-write the first Happygilmore, and Nancy Lope, who's one of the legends in women's golfing. We have a bunch more golfing legends: Xander Schauffele, Tony Finau, and Ricky Fowler. And we have all the old retired legends: Nick Faldo, Fred Couples, Corey Pavin, Lee Trevino, and Jack Nicklaus. And in the same room, we also had Keegan Bradley and Jordan Spieth. At the starter course, we have Andrew Walt, who's a rock music legend, and from the WNBA, we have Kelsey Plum. We have Dennis Dugan, who directed the original Happygilmore, and we also have Marcelo Hernandez. In the opposing team, we had Reggie Bush, who's a former NFL legend, and we have Rebecca Quinn and Nikki Garcia, who are both wrestling legends. We have Frank Manatee, the main villain of the film, who was played by Benny Safdie, and who was the director of Adam Sandler's Uncut Gems movie. There was a callback to all the deceased characters, including Bob Parker, Frances Bay, who plays his mother, Carl Weathers, and John Flaherty, who's the guy who constantly rage baits Happygilmore. We had Ken Jennings, who's the real presenter of the game show Jeopardy. We had Vern Lundquist, who's an actual golf commentator, and we had Guy Fieri. We had Charles Howell III and Jim Furyk, both professional golfers, and we have Seth Wohl, who's the CEO of the Professional Golfers Association. We have Jim Gray, the presenter, and Chris Chelios and Sean Avery, who are both hockey players. We also had Jim Downey, who's a comedian and also the writer of SNL, and we also had Sergio Garcia and Hunter Mahan, who are both golfers. We also have the golf course players, including Eric Andre, Margaret Qualley, Tim Herlihy, and a fan favorite cameo was of Cameron Boyce, which reminds us of when he played Adam Sandler's son in Grown Ups. And the most surprising cameo was Bad Bunny, who played a big role as Adam Sandler's caddy in the movie. Overall, this movie was wonderful, with comedy and amazing wholehearted moments. If you've watched it, let me know what you enjoyed about this movie, and let me know which cameo shocked you the most.